where people have more of an issue, it's not even really work. It's literally social
just
issues.
living.
Well, yeah. Well, there's that, but I mean, like, people have to be outraged about everything, and work's a part of it, sure. But it's more or less the shit they see on Facebook. I think that's what drives people.
My God.
To
I hear
go
people make
shit
comments
crazy.
all the time about like they just like literally repeat the headline they read while they were on break.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, well, what about it? And they have nothing to say.
Like, well, I read the title. That's all that matters. I know. I can figure out the rest of it.
Oh, so the BuzzFeed, the Huffington Post. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah. And what's the other one? The Washington Post, right? Ah, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I even see.
Did you read the whole article? No, I read the headline.
Dude.
And I heard that transgender people are mad at motorcycles.
All right, we're good to go. Woo! Yeah. After hours of, well, not hours, probably like what, 45 minutes of fucking with audio,
Yeah, we don't know what
and it still sounds like doo-doo.
That's been about an hour.
I mean, I really don't know what I'm doing.
I don't either. I mean,
You know more than me.
yeah, but I know enough to use this by myself and make it sound good. Like, this is a little more difficult.
I just want to be on the internet.
Yeah.
It's all about
okay.
the socks, though.
Yeah. We didn't have to point it out. Now everyone's going to know what's in the socks.
I'm sorry. It's a,
Well, I'm not.
It's a microphone.
You guys,
Microphone beanies.
you guys are talking into my socks.
Really close to it like this.
No. All right, I'm going to turn this down so you guys end up looking at that shit.
I know.
Yeah.
Pull a match wink.
Yeah.
Right.
Doing my hair.
Yeah.
Oh wait, let me get my comb.
Oh, God. So
Yeah, what we got going on today, boys?
I think we're going to do some PC culture shit, man. It's been really bad lately. I mean, I've been doing like just like watching a bunch of shit. Like, I just got Facebook recently again because I got rid of it like, what was it, like 4 months ago or 5 months ago.
they brought him back.
Yeah, just
Reel
because
them
of this
Hook, line, and
podcast.
sinker.
But because I would get so angry watching it, and I would just be like, I gotta fucking tell this person I don't know off. Like, I can't. It's so fucking miserable. And then as soon as I come back and like the stuff I did follow, like the people that post stuff, the shit they're saying is ridiculous. Like, some of the stuff, like when you're attacking people and like what you're saying, like you're telling people certain, like, they can't say certain things. Like, you can't say this, you can't say that, and it gets really bad when it gets to like transgender stuff. There's a whole weird thing like he was telling me about that's on like a whole nother level of fucking shit that is super weird, dude. And people just being outraged about everything. You can't say anything.
And this is just like in the PC, like
It's PC culture. It's PC culture, and the reason it bothers me is because I'm on the left, and that's people are on the left, and I don't even consider myself a Democrat anymore because that whole thing is just weird. Like, it's not something I want to be a part of.
Yeah, there's no sensible people.
No, there's not.
Or there are.
retards. I mean,
Yeah.
or there are sensible. There are sensible people. They're just not the ones posting shit on Facebook.
Yeah.
Which I calm down on my anti-Trump shit too, because it just gets it's just like, you know what, Facebook is here so you could post shit that you did.
Yeah.
And be like, look what I did today. I had fun.
You get sucked into that shit, man. Like, that's
Yeah,
what
I
happens
know,
to me.
and
And I get sucked into it. I'm like going on 5-hour rants with people. And it's like, why am I doing this?
That's why I stopped posting that
when
shit.
you had the last time,
It pissed me off because, dude,
you were on political rants with people.
Yeah, I love politics. Like, it's something I really love. But like, what makes me even more angry is people, when you talk to them, how like, you don't have to be smart to understand what's going on in the country, but there's people that you talk to that literally know nothing.
Yeah.
But then they all have an opinion. Mm-hmm. Even it doesn't make a difference if it's completely wrong. Mm-hmm. But they all have an opinion.
Yep.
With no research backing anything.
I don't want one of them trans whatevers in the bathroom with my kids.
It's like, dude, yeah. See, that shit is okay to make fun of, and like but then the objective on the other side is, well, now you have women or men fighting in women's sports, just beating the shit out of like transgender. I guess you just call them women because like they made the leap from man to woman. Now they're fighting in women's sports and they're dominating. Yeah.
Right.
Like, what is that? Is that okay? Like,
I
don't
just for you saying that now is like that's your bigot.
I know, but that's what I mean. Like,
crazy.
you can't say that. Like, if that's the problem, because then a man is naturally bigger than a woman, just naturally. That's just the way it is. And for people to say like a woman and a man are exactly the same biologically, that's fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
Like equally, sure, but not biologically. Absolutely not. And
that's like the thing too. Like not too while ago, I saw like a thing where like they booted out some. I can't remember if it was like a chick that turned into a guy or a guy that turned. I think it was a chick that turned into a guy. Did that whole transformation. But she, whatever you want to call it. They were in the military and they kicked them out just for being a transgender in the military. And like, but like, you're there doing your job to literally protect, like work, like you're protecting your country.
And that stuff I'm okay with. I'm okay with them being there.
But like, it's like, how can, like, I don't understand how that affects, like,
I understand. That, like, well, okay, here's the thing: is that they're mad about that, and that's. But
what's the difference between a woman being like the regular military as themselves? So exactly, what the hell does it matter?
So I understand why these groups of people are mad about stuff like that. I don't understand why they're mad about someone who doesn't know them at all and just meeting them, calling them man or sir or ma'am, and then they go, "Did you just assume my gender?"
Oh yeah, that's just
like, no.
Well, that's
like
the more
I looked at you and I thought, you know what I mean? Like, how the fuck do I know?
Yeah, like
you know
I don't.
I mean?
I'm just
like,
some dude, and like you're getting offended by me, like not saying.
Yeah, and you're calling me out with this tone, and you're trying to insinuate that I'm
a bigot.
A bigot.
Yeah,
but I don't even fucking know who you are.
Yeah.
So I don't know what you want to be called. So how the fuck am I supposed to know?
Yeah, that's true.
Like, and they can't be mad about that because if they, so like say they're in like an area where it's like there's a lot of them, and then they go somewhere where there isn't.
You said them.
Out of state. Oh, oops.
You're fucked, bro.
Yeah. Well, would they go somewhere where there isn't anybody?
Yeah.
That has done the transformation or is in the middle of it.
Yeah.
How are those people supposed to know? If you're not around it, you don't know shit about it.
Yeah.
Like if you only hear about it,
and you never actually see anything like that or whatsoever. Like you don't know what they went through in their life. You have no idea. So how do you you're supposed to know something? And then if you say something wrong because they got offended, you're immediately a bigot.
And how many people are doing it to just be just have something to, like the people that bring up the argument, like, are you legit or are you just trying to
get like attention or
stir
something?
Some shit out.
Yeah.
And I know there are definitely 100% legit people that grew up in a body that they did not want to accept.
Absolutely.
And that is a real thing. You know what I mean?
And you have every right to make that change if you want to. The one that
more power to them. If that's what's going to make somebody happy and make somebody like actual productive member of society, then
absolutely
do it. But
I think the whole thing comes down to like if it doesn't affect your own life, like if
you should be able to do it.
Who the fuck cares?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, what's the big fucking deal?
The people that are legit too, I don't think are the people that are making all these arguments. I think like the legit transgender community, like
it's the people that support that community, but
that are
love to be outraged. It's the outraged community, like mob rule.
Super offended.
It's the white guy that somebody makes a black person joke. He's like, I got black friends, man.
Yeah.
And then
how dare you?
That's not cool.
Yeah. It's the same kind of thing. And it's I don't know. It's fucking ridiculous.
The one that got me more though, the one that you told me about, is basically
the gender fluidity.
Yeah, that to me is just complete nonsense.
It's like that man and a woman 10 times over. In the same
one day you're this, one day next day you're that.
You can do it in 10 minutes.
Yeah, like 5 minutes, I'm a woman.
That's
now.
real. That's
5
real.
minutes later, I'm a dude.
That's not a mental disorder. That's a real thing. You're gender fluid. You're fucking insane.
No,
I'm sorry. And if you actually,
if you have a fucking dick or you don't.
I mean, it is, but then like once
I don't even think it comes down to that because the people that are like halfway through it, that are going one way or the other, want to be considered.
You know their process though. You know what they're trying to do. They're not just going one day they want to be this, another day they're not. That's them. That's
somebody.
Their
that's
process
somebody
of going
that's.
through it.
It's like if you really believe that you can just do that, and that's like legit. You have no doubt in your mind that you think you could change from man to woman every day.
Yeah,
you have a condition.
Yeah, that's clearly you're.
That's not something that
you're
going to have, and you're not going to have. Society's not just going to accept that for you.
No,
and they shouldn't have to.
As a whole, society's not.
If somebody came up to me saying something like that, I'd be like, "You're fucking nuts."
Yeah, I wouldn't want to deal with that.
But it's not like I would go off on them.
Huh.
Yeah, but you're making no sense.
But the thing is, like trying to make someone accept someone else, like, dude, you can't do that in this country with freedom. Like, either they're gonna like you or not, and you can't tell them they have to do. Like, it has to be on like a social level where it gradually just happens, and you accept it, and you just get over it. See, you can't tell someone to enforce a rule on someone.
They're mad about stuff like that because, like, the fight originally was like the bathroom thing, and it's like, okay, like you can't segregate people. That's done. We're never doing that again. It was wrong. It should never happen again. You know what I mean? But when it comes down to a level of like, oh, you hurt my feelings. It's like, well, that's life.
Yeah, it's like it's not all gonna be great and fucking apple pie.
What fucking bubble
like,
did you grow up in?
Yeah,
look at the world we fucking live in.
Yeah, it's
like, come on, like there's bigger problems at hand than the fact that somebody said the wrong pronoun and hurt your feelings.
There's
like,
always people that are gonna be against you, and there's always gonna be people that are with you. I mean,
like, come on, like I got the shit kicked out of me and bullied like crazy for being a fat little kid in school, and like. You just gotta deal with it.
Yeah, you have no other option. That's just the way life is, and with dealing with interacting with other humans, it's not all going to be pleasant and wonderful.
Yeah. Sometimes I see things like fundraisers to end school bullying.
Yeah.
What kind of money is going to stop another kid from bullying another kid?
See,
how is somebody donating money to a charity going to stop a kid in school picking on another kid?
That's what I was going into before.
That's a scam and a half.
Yeah, where it goes into you can't enforce a law to change that. It has to be like a society thing where it just gradually takes place, or something changes and then we all change with it. If you're just trying to enforce a law or a rule, it's not going to happen. It's not going to work.
You know, for bullying to stop, how many fucking funny movies did we watch? And we still do watch of where somebody's picking on somebody.
Yeah.
And it's fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's as long
as
as that
help that there's things that will. Like,
but I don't want those things to go away just because feelings are hurt.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like maybe parents should be teaching people to like react to
the same thing with everything.
not going to PTO meetings and going, oh, we need to stop bullying. It's like, no, maybe you should teach your kid to like learn how to deal with it in a positive way.
Yeah.
You know?
True, but there's not really a positive outcome when dealing with that, though, because that shit can affect humans really bad, especially like an earlier stage.
Yeah, if it's to the point of violence.
Well, not even violence. What's violence though? When you say violence, is it you're talking about physical?
No,
because there's emotional violence.
Verbal and emotional.
Emotional violence is just as bad as physical violence, if not worse.
If you fucking weigh 100 pounds in second grade, you're gonna get picked on.
True. True. Yeah. No.
You know?
But it's how much it goes on and like how much it's accepted. Like when it becomes harassment, okay, then it's getting a little bad.
Yeah.
But for someone to speak their mind, like that's different too. I understand with kids compared to adults. Like adults know their boundaries. At least they fucking should. But that's not always the case.
There's a lot of
But that's what I think.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think that's what a lot of these like minority groups are picking on now, because it's like, all right, well, you know, like just because your feelings are hurt doesn't mean that we have to all start living a different way, or the way that you want us to live. Because now you're making rules like that
because of your condition. You want everybody else to live up to.
Yeah, don't even say a condition.
Well, like what
just,
they want.
Yeah, and to me, I don't know. It's just crazy. It happens with the gun thing too. It's like the people that really love guns are fucking, they don't want to budge at all, and then they get all pissed off when anybody says anything, and then it's the other way around. The people that are like, oh, we got to get rid of this, this, and this.
Yeah.
And then they're like, we should get rid of all guns, and nobody wants to budge an inch and come to a sensible agreement on it.
Well, they're really, but that's a rough one though. Like that one's like
that's
the roughest
things.
Yeah, because when it's tied into like I think we talked about this before, like where it ties into like amendment and stuff like that, where it's a right, but how much a right or how much it goes into what you can have and what you can't have. Because the same concept then, like this, I'm not trying to go on a little tangent, but just for example, like, okay, well, by that definition of that amendment, I should be allowed to have nuclear weapons. Should I not? So what's okay and what's not okay? It gets kind of weird. I mean, it's like, well, that's not okay, but this is okay. Well, what the fuck you cherry picking here? Like, it's
But it goes. There's like multiple arguments that are like, it's all these people. It's everybody, pretty much at each other's throats.
Yeah,
you know.
I feel like for like guns though, I feel like there should be like stages of like owning certain guns. You know what I mean?
What do you mean?
Like I feel like you should have to like have like a gun for a certain amount of time before you could own like a more.
You can't do that. It's an amendment. You're right. It's everyone's right, no matter what.
Like,
unfringed completely.
Something's
but
gonna
here's the
happen.
thing, though.
Something's going to happen. There's going to be a sensible agreement
If that
eventually.
amendment wasn't there, how would they handle that?
Well, they would try to say something else, but because that's there, they don't have to worry about anything else. They go right back to
But
that.
that's what I'm saying.
Something's going to happen. That's going to.
What's going to happen is people aren't going to budge at all, and what's going to happen, the government is going to take everyone's fucking guns away. I guarantee you that's what's going to happen.
Trump would never do that.
Trump won't do that, but you think Trump's going to be in the office for 8 years and then another Republican's going to be elected? I don't think so.
Stormy's going to put him in jail.
Dude, I don't know, dude. But the other thing I wanted to cover then too was
are all these things that you read? Everybody's reading these things and posting these things and sharing these things on Facebook. Are they actually as bad as what these things say, or is it just that everybody's reading it off this and sharing it? And
I think
and like looking at their Facebook and
when you brought it
getting
before,
mad about shit that might only be like an incident that originally happened with like 2 people.
Yeah, and then it gets blown.
Looks like it's a widespread, nationwide problem.
But it ends up being that because it gets spread so fast and something goes viral or something like that, then it's all of a sudden, I can't believe this is happening. Like in America?
Like the Charlottesville thing. I was so pissed off when I saw that. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Like there's literally Nazis walking down the streets right now. Like literally fucking Nazis walking down the streets having a race riot. And I was so mad. And then you look at it and you go, okay, that did happen.
That's what blows my mind too, because like
it was in one town though.
Yeah, it's not. It stirs.
How do you even? It's just crazy that like how do you even? As being so for like, because weren't they like talking about like that whole thing with like they wanted like all like black people and shit to like.
I don't know much about that whole.
I don't know what they want. Who gives a fuck what they
like?
want?
I don't know. Like,
they're fucking Nazis.
I just know
they're not American.
Exactly. So like
get the fuck out of here.
But they're like
beat
all
you
about,
once, we'll beat you again.
They're living in America and they're fucking complaining about fucking like blacks and all this race fucking bullshit. But fucking, like, dude, you're a fucking Nazi.
Yeah, but
you realize the whole world hates you.
Yeah,
like
anti-world.
Everybody wanted to fucking kill you. Dude.
Yeah, but not anymore, dude.
I know, but it's like
not anymore.
How?
I don't know, but that's the other thing too. It's like, what can you tell? This is where it gets into like freedom of speech too. Like, what can you tell them they can't do? Can you tell them they can't riot?
Exactly.
Can you tell them they can't walk? Can you tell them they can't make talks at school?
Yeah.
Can you do that? No. You can't.
School?
At a school, like a college. Can you tell them if they have it scheduled and they're going to talk at a college? Why?
I mean, you can stop.
Why?
them.
But why?
I don't know, I'd be pretty pissed if I was a student at that school.
Sure,
and had to
but
pay
wouldn't the smarter thing to be just not to go to it?
But how would you not know? How would you like if it was something
if it's a lecture talk, not saying like it's taught in school, like, hey, this is the plus side of being a Nazi. Like, no, I'm not.
I was gonna say because I don't.
No, I'm saying like say a Nazi's coming to
like
a school,
a
like
Klan,
a white
like-
supremacist coming to a school to do a lecture. Now, would you?
That Richard Spencer fucking guy is that?
Well, no, I'm not even talking about him. I'm just saying in general, if someone would do that, do you think that it'd be okay to tell him, no, we don't like your kind. You don't have freedom of speech in this establishment.
Yeah, I see what you're saying there, and I think.
But that almost comes down to the fact that like if I don't like something, I don't know.
Who makes the decision though? Who's making that decision?
Where do you draw the line on
Yeah.
free speech? I think you draw that line at Nazis.
But like, dude, like I mean,
But okay, freedom of speech is not.
I think that's a fucking shit stain of a whole thing with the whole freedom
Well,
of speech. Cause
yeah.
like, you could have freedom of speech to talk about good things, but then when your bad things come into play, you can't do anything fucking about it. So it's like a
Sure,
total
but
fucking,
that's the problem with these things of what people are arguing about and getting irritated about is because it's an
just, like,
extremes
kill
on both
somebody.
sides.
Yeah,
There's
it's
no,
always an extreme.
It's an extreme on both sides.
No middle ground.
Yeah,
no,
there
and
isn't.
it's like, well, I want to say this. You can't
Talk
tell
about the
me.
world.
Well, come on, don't say that. We're gonna ban you and get rid of you. Well, then that's the extreme on the other side. So there's no.
Well, it's creating a narrative for the country right now that everybody doesn't like each other, and then like I go to work and then I see all the groups.
Yeah, the
every
clicks
single one
of yeah.
But they're all getting along and working together fine.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
So
and there's a
it's-
few outliers that are like, oh, fuck that guy because he's this, and fuck her because she's one of the, and it's like a couple of people that are assholes, you know what I mean? But then for the most part, it's everybody's getting along and doing their jobs. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like,
but that's
you know.
what gets
Look
me
at
though.
work, that's like it changes that.
It does, but that's what gets me though is because it ends up being like what I told you. It's just poor people fighting with poor people, or middle. I shouldn't say poor people, like middle class people fighting against middle class people, Well, the rich steal everything.
Well, and another thing too is
Where's the real focus at?
yeah, like it's
the internet gives everyone a voice, obviously, because we're doing this.
yeah.
Right.
So, I mean, I was an angry younger person that was really pissed off at the Bush administration, and
Bush.
I didn't have the internet, but I used to do all kinds of shit, like write "fuck Bush" on the locker room wall.
Yeah.
You know, I wear a pin that said "fuck George Bush." I had all those anti-flag shirts and,
Yeah.
and all that shit, and like I was like really mad about what was going on in the country. Now, all those same people that were like me when I was that young, which these people are also young probably, are just using Facebook to post all this shit.
Yeah.
And then it gets spread to, you know,
Everywhere.
when I did it, the people who use that bathroom stall.
Yeah, so it was like,
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like now it's like,
fight the power.
yeah. So he was like, yeah, Colin probably drew that, you know? And then, I don't know. It's just, like, too, like back then, I was misinformed big time. I just didn't like Bush.
Yeah.
It was like, fuck the war.
Yeah, but the problem
It was
too
like,
is when
well-
people go into that.
Dude, Bush still sucked.
Oh, yeah, he was terrible.
Dude,
Yeah.
what was the last good president we had? Obama was absolutely terrible. Like one of the craziest warmongers. No, Kennedy wasn't good either.
They shot him.
Dude, but who let us go into the fucking bullshit with the whole 9/11 thing?
Wait, what?
Like, how much shit did we have to suffer with the whole 9/11 thing after that?
Yeah,
We
but
basically went through a recession.
we went through a recession. But
Well, we're
what
getting
do
off
you?
track here. I'm just saying that.
What?
I know.
No,
Yeah.
that's
But
that's
dude.
not the whole case though.
I know, but like
All right.
still, it's
Now we're
like
getting really off track.
Okay, we are. We're going full.
Yeah.
We're going full deep
No, what
political
I'm saying, though,
conversation.
is that back then I was misguided, and I think a lot of these articles that are popping up
yeah.
are getting their info from misguided younger people, mostly college students who are outspoken people,
Yeah.
and that's what's getting spread across Facebook. And then most people don't read the news. Most people don't read shit. Most people just read the fucking headline of a post.
Yeah, but I can say
You know.
about what as far as that, like,
And I have trouble finding news that's
Dude.
genuine anymore.
I refrain
Like,
from even like
if you-
going. If anything, like if there's like some kind of video on Facebook about shit like that, I literally most of the time I will watch it, and I try and refrain from looking at any comments. Because
Yeah,
like
yeah.
if I
the
know
comments I can't do anymore. Like,
if I look at those comments and I see somebody just like saying something completely fucking
yeah, I see.
stupid,
Yeah.
and like
but it makes me sad inside to know people exist that are completely ignorant fucking swine.
yeah,
like, it's
but like I have to resist.
Are they all though, or is it some of them just saying shit to say shit?
They could be
Some of them
trolls,
like to stir
sure.
shit up.
Yeah, sure.
trolls,
And just like fucking throw something
There
out there,
are.
let it stick, and fucking, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah. Yeah, people love doing that shit.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I think it's a combination of that. But the other thing I want to talk about, the other thing I saw was like a huge problem, even more than like, because what we were talking about was like social issues, and like I care more about like economic like issues and stuff like that because those are way more important. But
Are they?
oh, absolutely.
I know.
You wouldn't know in this country right now. You would
Yeah.
have no idea.
Yeah, we're more worried about, you know, who
Yeah,
caught
like
what and
exactly.
whose feelings get hurt if someone does this.
Dude,
you
the
know?
other one that really bothers me though is with Islam. Holy shit, dude. Like, it's okay in the left to bash Christianity through and through. And I'm okay with that completely, dude. I've been doing that shit for years. Like, I grew up like in a Christian family.
Yeah.
But how dare you, if a leftist sees you make fun of Islam, which is just as bad, if not worse.
Yeah, you're an Islamophobe.
Yeah, I'm an Islamophobe because it's like, dude, half the percentage of people that believe in Islam think that like gay people should be like prosecuted under Sharia law, which is kill them.
Yeah.
50%
Yeah.
And you're gonna say this is a peace loving religion? That is fucking bullshit. That is complete fucking bullshit.
Some of them, yeah. But then so is Christianity. Some Christians are good people.
Sure.
A lot of Christians are really fucking bad
Sure,
people.
but to not make the distinguish between Christianity now compared to how Islam is right now,
Yeah.
it's not. Yes, Christianity went through the same thing, but they kind of. I mean, it's a little worse too because they're in the political arena making decisions for people about shit, so that's really bad too. But to not be able to make fun of our fucking bogus religion
yeah.
and be called a bigot because of it on the left. Like,
Yeah,
you're
I
on the
wonder-
left being made fun of by people on the left.
I wonder what they would say to like if Mel Brooks started making Jewish jokes again. a Jew making Jew jokes.
Yeah,
like the funniest Jew jokes ever.
Dude,
you know,
that's comedy too. I feel bad for comedy. The comedy has to be terrible right now to be like in that.
How many older jokes, older movies and stuff?
You couldn't never show a lot of them. Like,
oh my
dude,
god, like
the gay jokes, that's even like
Blazing Saddles.
Yeah, that's like, whoo, you couldn't get away with those things anymore.
You can't show people that movie. People are probably burning that in some college. They're just burning stacks of DVDs of Blazing Saddles and singing fucking Kumbaya. Shaving their heads.
Turning into Nazis?
No. You calling them a Nazi for wanting to shave their head makes you a Nazi, Derek.
Yeah, don't you know how that works?
Oh, yeah, no, you're right.
Whatever you want. You go, fuck yourself.
It is, yeah.
Filthy Mexican.
Well, you know what too, and I think,
though, dude, people need to stop fucking caring so much.
Yeah,
so much. Like, if it ain't your fucking business, who the fuck cares?
I think people's feelings.
You should only care about things that really fucking matter with your life, and if not,
yeah, but the whole country doesn't care about things that matter. They care about social issues that will not get resolved by yelling at each other, and it won't change anything.
They're
meanwhile,
too busy yelling at each other on Facebook, fucking.
Yeah, but meanwhile, there's important issues happening. Things are getting passed that are fucking working Americans, but we don't discuss any of that. It's, I can't believe he said that about her or him or
and I don't want.
I don't like the Kardashians.
African American man or
I love the Kardashians. You're crazy.
I don't want another Obama administration either that does all these. Okay, well, we're going to get rid of Don't Ask, Don't Tell while we use drones to bomb innocent civilians over in some other country.
Yeah. See,
so we
good old Obama, huh?
Yep. This big mask of like, here's the progress we're making while we're doing all this.
It's
evil
incremental
shit
change.
on the side.
It's incremental change is what they offer. And
I wanted to know actually how did you feel about the whole thing with Trump doing the whole bombing of Syria?
It's fucking bullshit. It's fucking bullshit.
It's horseshit.
It's horseshit because Obama took the same thing in 2013.
I want to ask you that.
Let's just cover that just real quick because it just happened and everyone's like, "Well, he did a good thing."
It's already off of all the shit. Nobody's talking about it already. It was a fucking week ago.
But that's the problem though too. Is it happened again like last? What was it?
It was Friday night.
Yeah. But the last time that apparently he was gassing his own civilians, which turned out not to be true.
Yeah.
Which it turned out to be was American-funded rebels doing that, trying to blame Assad because they're the only one that they want to overthrow his government that he's controlling. And he's not a great guy by any means, no fucking way. But there's no reason he should be doing that.
Yeah.
And I'm guarantee you the thing that's going to come out is same thing. It's American-backed rebels causing problems, so we drop a bomb on them. Mm-hmm. That's what happened. I don't even have to look into it. I guarantee that's what happened.
I was watching. I mean, I seen like a video of like the guy. There was like two guys going down like a street over there, and like they were like finding like people like after the bombing, like they were finding them like kids and stuff laying on the ground, like all like
gas, and they're like paralyzed
busted
and
up. It was after the bombing.
Oh, the actual bomb. Yeah.
And these like people commenting on the thing, just like, oh yeah, this is great. Finally getting rid of this shit. Like all these people in here, dude. It's literally like we just became. We're doing the terrorist thing too. We're doing it right back.
Dude, we have been doing.
I know, but I'm saying like, and people don't realize they're just like, no, we're doing it for the good. No, you're not.
Well, that's brainwashing in this country.
You're killing innocent people, just like they killed innocent people here.
That's where I think all of this is coming from too. Like the same thing with like the PC stuff. Like this is all brainwashing. And like you're just throwing shit at everyone, and then everyone is just fucking back and forth.
They're picking out what they want to hear.
Dude, I don't think humans were meant to have the like ability to like talk to everyone and this large of a scale.
Yeah.
Because we're community based. Mm-hmm. Humans are like small community based. That's the way we evolved to be. And now we're on this huge fucking scale of like just shitting on each other.
Straight opinions, the subjective
views.
To
and like we're not made to be able to function like this, I don't think. Like
and I think
that's what really hurts everything.
Yeah, because you don't know really what's going on, and like too many people can talk to one another.
You can't judge something off of something that you just see through.
No, it's just is that real?
Yeah,
it's real.
There or not. That's the only way you're gonna know.
It's a tool that was created to work to our advantage, but it's only really working to our disadvantage.
It's shitting on everybody.
Sometimes there are people that are using it for greater good, but then there's
Well, there's a conspiracy behind that, but I won't go down that rabbit hole of technology controlling people and made purposely for the reasons of what's really happening.
We're melding man into machine.
Yes.
I'm turning into one.
Look, you already started it.
Yeah.
No. But no, I go on I check mine every day. I look at it a little too much, I think, and I get really pissed off sometimes when I see some stuff.
Yeah.
And I have some people on my feed that they post stuff that's like, I don't know if I really agree with that. I think you're being a little too picky there. You know what I mean?
My thing is,
Like
dude,
the whole Jordan Peterson thing is like calling the guy a Nazi for.
He's not a Nazi. He's an asshole sometimes.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of stuff he does say makes sense.
Really smart people tend to have a social problem.
The problem
not
is
knowing how to speak in a way that makes him sound like not a douchebag.
Yeah, well, some of the stuff he does say comes across as a douchebag, but on top of it, you take all that smart man. Well, I believe in Jesus. Now you just threw all of your intelligence down the drain. I don't give a fuck, man. Now to me, you are just a fucking idiot. Like you can be super smart, know all this information, then be like, Jesus exists. Nah, fuck you.
That's what I do when I go on Facebook and stuff. I literally try and.
I just be nice to people.
I try and go over all that.
And when people you meet people that disagree with you, and even people that I disagree with, I still just try to be nice to them because what's the point?
I try not to. I try not to
change people's minds.
I try not. Yeah, exactly.
Maybe somebody every once in a while, but the collective mind of.
I throw my opinion out there enough, but not try to pin it on somebody. And, like I'll put like a comment, and then if somebody like tries to like attack me, I'll randomly get into like a little stupid argument on Facebook. But the thing is, I try and skip over that shit. I try and just. I mainly.
Important.
Yeah, it's like.
It's not going to change anything, so I understand what you're saying.
Oh, you like Trump, so now I'm just not supposed to like you because I didn't vote for him? Like, that's
stupid. Like, I follow a fucking
Let's
group.
be completely honest, though.
I follow a group on
just
called Sickos on Facebook.
Yeah.
Most of it's Republican fucking people.
Yeah.
And they always post shit up against, like, fucking, like, fuck the liberals and this and that. I keep my mouth shut, but, like, it's just, like, it's all fucking stupid.
Guy
I'm just, like... I'm not here to look at fucking political bullshit. I'm here to just look at fucking random funny shit.
Yeah, I like
there's
to look at
that, but at the same time, like, political stuff is way more important than most people even give a shit about enough to even know anything about it.
But here's the thing, dude,
like, it's terrible.
How divided that everybody is.
Divided, but there's truth in there.
I know.
It's just people don't want to go looking for it.
It's never gonna get resolved. That's the thing.
But the problem is it could. Most Americans agree on the same issues. It's just when things get spun.
But then the middle ground never gets found.
But if you go court issue by issue.
Between both sides.
That's not the case, though.
That's why I can't stand it.
No, you let him get what he's... Because I know what he's getting at.
Because the case, if you poll Americans and don't tell them what they believe in, or just give them like something like, hey, do you want stricter gun rules? And like that's probably not the best one. Like, do you want a livable wage? Yeah. Do you want health care for all Americans? Dude, astronomically, they go on the side of those beliefs. And those beliefs have a party. But the problem is that party is not the Democratic Party. The Democratic Party is the Republican Party. Mm-hmm. There's no fucking difference. They're both corporate parties. Yeah. They do nothing for the people. So what you need is a party over here, an actual left party or an actual left party. We have two right parties. Mm-hmm. So you have Republican and Republican fighting against each other, and everyone's just yelling at each other.
Yeah.
And they're not arguing about things that matter. They're arguing about social issues that would get better if you fixed the economic issues.
Immigration and abortion.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Those things, most of those things stem from economic problems. You lift people out of economic problems, and all those things kind of slowly resolve themselves.
Yep.
So we don't focus on that we focus on the symptoms of the problem.
How many people would be scared to have a baby to the point where they'd abort it if they could actually just afford to have a baby?
Yeah,
exactly.
Or if we just taught kids in school when they're young, what do they call it? Abstinence plus education instead of either don't have sex.
Yeah, and it's like one extreme or the other. Like do whatever, just use a condom. Or you have sex with the devil, you're gonna die, get STDs. Like that's not helping anyone.
Yeah, like why? Like because we can't get everybody on that same page. So. I don't know, but I do agree with you. I think when you do ask people basic questions about like your income and like what are you mad about with the country, everybody's going to give you like mostly the
Republican
same
and liberals both will agree across the board on majority of things.
I agree.
There's some things we disagree on,
but then their party uses things like
and spins it and fucking
like. Well, I believe in more rights for transgenders on the liberal side. It's like, well. When didn't they have rights?
Yeah, like I don't understand.
What are you talking about? And then the Republicans are going, well, I'm going to outlaw abortion. Yeah, good luck. Good luck.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's fucking nutty shit.
Yeah.
And what bothers me too is like I was telling you this before as well. Like when I hear people say stuff about like PC culture and like this, like the far left. It's like, dude, you better know when you say far left, you're talking about far left like social issues, not far left as an economic standpoint, because that is totally different. Mm-hmm. Like when you say far left, I'm thinking like, all right, yeah. Throw some socialism in there. Yeah, all right. But what they're talking about is like, fucking don't say stuff about gay people. If you say anything about a gay person in a joking manner, you're a bigot and you should leave this country. I don't like that.
That shit's stupid.
Yeah, like, dude, you can't make a joke. You can't say something. Like, how dare you say something?
It's also intolerance. Like those people.
It's the exact thing you're fighting against.
Yeah, like you're being intolerant to intolerance, which is I guess to be okay in certain situations. But if you're like intolerant to black people,
where's the trade-off point? Because you're like, I'm gonna fight you because you think you have freedom of speech. I don't want you to do that. Fuck you. But then at the same time, you're stopping that person and cutting off their freedom of speech. Yeah. It's like, dude, what is going on here?
Then, and I get back to the thing where you look at actual situations, like all these people that don't like the immigration from Latin American countries. Yeah. Like, how many fucking I don't know any lazy Latin American people. I don't.
Dude, see, the problem is I know a lot of poor Latin, but they're not lazy.
Yeah.
I don't understand it. Like, why would you?
And that's like the big stereotype is they're all lazy and they're mooching. It's like, dude, every single
they do more work than half the fucking Americans.
Every single Latino person I ever met, you know where I met him? At work.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
and you're pissed off about it.
Come on.
Dude.
And it's no, and like
they're pissed because they steal jobs. Well, get off your fucking ass and do something then. Don't be you're the mooch. Yeah. You're the fucking one that's mooching.
I don't even think it's mooching. It's the fact that
because they're probably mooching off another fucking family member, not getting off their fucking ass. Fucking go get a fucking job.
I'll agree with that to an extent, but the problem is we've convinced.
You want the fucking money? Go get a job,
dude. They convinced people like. The reason their life sucks is because of poor people. Yeah. How fucking stupid is that? Yeah. Your life sucks because of poor people. No, usually what happens, you look up the chain of commands. You don't look down. You're like, my life sucks because probably someone up higher. Not like, my life sucks because this person's poorer than I am.
And because they suck themselves.
But Trump gave the corporations a tax cut, so now they're going to pay us more money, right?
Yeah, that's totally how that works.
What was it, like $50 extra?
Apparently these Republicans never met a rich person or something. I don't know. Like, that's not how rich people do stuff. I mean, that's not how capitalism works.
That's not how I do stuff.
Dude,
if I started making more money, I'm not just going to start giving my money away.
Yeah. Big fucking surprise. Dude, it's what our economy was based on since the fucking Reagan years, was trickle-down economics. You give tax breaks to the rich, that money trickles down. Fucking bullshit. Yeah. That shit never happened.
And as soon as that happened in the 80s, it's been a downward
spiral.
Ever since.
Mm-hmm. The more you deregulate capitalism, the more you get into this situation. And that's what's going to happen. Mm-hmm. And when many people talk about America, the golden age, it was a time of the highest taxation and the most regulation ever. That's what created the middle class. People were like, no, just unfettered capitalism works. No, it doesn't. We're living proof of it right now.
Yeah. Now, how come I'm making $50 a year and I can't afford shit?
Yeah. Well, I mean, to be completely honest, you're a millennial. Let's be honest.
I know.
I mean, you're just a piece of shit.
Yeah.
You're one step better. Dude, you are one step better.
They weren't born around the time this
the Tide Pod kids. You're one step better than snorting condoms, man. Yep. That's just...
That's good.
You got one? I'll do it.
Live.
Then we'll really get YouTube famous. We'll be all rolling that sweet $1 per video YouTube cash.
Do it for the
Dude, I tell you what, though. When I hear kids are doing that, and like I remember like doing like the jackass shit when I was a kid, dude, it makes me feel like, yeah, I guess that wasn't that stupid.
No, it makes you feel like a pussy compared to that. Dude.
I know. Well, not even a pussy. It's like, I'm eating Tide Pods and fucking snorting condoms.
We did way worse shit than snorting condoms.
Yeah, but I mean, as far as the
stupidity,
the stupidity part of it. No,
dude.
No, dude.
I have done a lot of stupid shit in my day, but I have never been that stupid to fucking
Snort a condom
and eat a
Tide Pod.
fucking Tide Pod.
Well, eating Tide Pods is ridiculous. But
Snorting a condom isn't.
How is that stupid?
you never put like a corn kernel up your nose and did the same thing?
No.
Spit it out your
But
mouth?
regardless, it's a condom. Like, yeah, I don't. Why are you doing?
Why a condom? What the fuck? I want to
Because
know.
it looks weird.
Dude, third world countries would kill for that condom, and we're in this fucking privileged nation snorting them.
There's people that I.
Are you serious?
No,
You gotta put that shit on silent.
I just did.
Dank ass hoes.
There's people that I want to know
grab another.
that invented stupid things. All right, but that is one that I don't want to know. You know what I mean?
I mean,
What do you think that?
What's one really stupid thing that you've seen like in your like lifetime that you were like, man, I can appreciate. I respect that person. I want to like Jackass. Okay, like you said, we used to do shit like fucking Jackass and fucking CKY and shit.
right?
Yeah.
What's the question?
They did a lot of stupid shit, but you still like respected the thought of it that was funny to you. Like you.
Well, but it's the same
you would
thing
shake
for-
that person and say, "Hey, man, that's a lot of fucking funny shit that you did over the years. You know that shit
Yeah.
is great. That molded like."
But do you think that?
growing up, like I watched that shit. Would you fucking say that to somebody who did that with a fucking?
How do you know?
Snorting
Do you
a
think
fucking
someone?
condom?
Do
No,
you
maybe
think?
they will though.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that.
But why?
How do you know? It could-
Why?
Could it just be the fact that we're just getting old and fucking be like, just don't get it anymore?
But that is a sad fucking thing.
well, people
That
people
just
generation.
means you could see how stupid fucking people are
Well,
getting.
really, if you think about it though, like if someone would seen us fucking pushing a shopping cart into a bush or something, they'd be like, "What
yeah,
the
they
fuck?"
no,
is
they
wrong
yell
with
at
those-
you. They say, "What the hell?"
No, they're like, "What is wrong with those retards? Like, what are they doing?"
Yeah, now
Yeah,
kids,
but like,
we did it.
but you're not fucking putting harmful things into your fucking body.
Yeah, we were doing all those things.
you could
while
possibly
putting
break a fucking
drugs
bone.
into our
Yeah,
bodies.
yeah. So
Well, drugs are different. That's an
Oh, yeah,
experimental thing. You want to test the
That's
boundaries
my
on
bullshit
us.
face.
did you get that knowledge on Facebook? Oh boy.
But
my
are you
bullshit
retarded
face.
now?
A little bit. A little bit. I do.
But I mean, you learn
sometimes.
shit. I think these people that are fucking doing Tide Pods and storm fucking, dude, like, there's nothing to learn
All right.
from that.
Let's get back on topic a little bit here. So speaking of what we're just talking about, that generation, whatever, I think it's like Generation Z, I think, or something. But whatever, it doesn't make a difference what it is. Do you think they're going to keep up with like the PC culture? Do you think they're gonna? I feel like
No, I don't think they understand it. I think it's
gonna go to a
way
point.
younger.
No,
kids.
they're not that young. They're not that young. You're looking at people that are like probably 21.
What is that? 2000 and up.
And
I thought it was
no,
2000
it's from 80. I think it's from like it's hit or miss. I think it's from like 85 to 95.
Those are millennials.
Yeah, those are
Yes,
millennials.
but I'm saying after that. So people that are like born in 96.
No, I think it's to about 2000.
No.
2010 or something like that.
What is
Z.
Z? But I'm saying
the Z
people
starts, I
born
think,
in
around
96, 97,
Who cares when it's?
they're like 21, 22
there. But
now.
I'm saying like that's.
I know, but so they're entering their 20s. They're kind of going to be those people. Like they're right behind that PC culture of the back end of our age group that are pushing this fucking nonsense.
I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen with them. I know when they come to work that they don't know what a hammer is. Or
Really?
They don't know. Yeah, some
Dude, that's
don't.
one thing I can't stand is
Like the simplest tool of all,
younger
a fucking hammer. Like
the
you hit the thing with it.
the entitlement in younger people that come to
See,
work at
I'm not
fucking
going to go
job.
into that because that pisses me
I
off
know,
when
it
baby
does.
boomers
Oh,
do that
yeah.
shit
Yeah.
to a generation when they
Yeah,
were
'cause
the.
we were entitled to when we.
I
Yeah,
know,
but
dude,
do you
like-
realize who the most entitled generation was? The baby boomers. I said boners. almost.
Booners, baby
Booners.
But dude, I never thought once that like okay, like if I've had people that come through my job that have been like just lazy fucking retards and like they don't use their fucking brain and they get fired and they end up fucking pissed. I have never like if I ever got fired, I would never act like that. Why would I be fucking pissed off at something because I acted like a fucking retard at work and didn't do my job correctly?
True.
And you know what I mean? Like
If you purposely
And
do
but
something to get
people-
fired, yeah, and then you're just being a lazy asshole,
Well,
sure.
This comes back to the bubble I was talking about that people want up around. them.
What do you mean?
A lot of people that do that kind of stuff and end up getting fired grew up in that little bubble around them. That,
Yeah.
And no one's ever gonna hurt you, and nothing can ever bad ever can happen to you.
And there were people that actually were raised like that, and I feel like those
come
are
to work, and then they have to listen, and they don't know how to do it.
Yeah, and those are the people that end up being the PC people because they're so used to being the center of attention for everything.
My boss told me to do this, and I don't feel like it's very fair. You signed the fucking papers, dude.
Yeah.
Or lady or girl, fucking do the job.
Like, dude,
you came to work, you signed the papers, you want the money, right?
Yeah.
So do the fucking job. Maybe your boss is a prick, but
it's life.
Yeah, like that's what having a job is. You might have to deal with a fucking asshole you don't like, and to make your money and live your life.
Yeah.
Or otherwise, you're just gonna be scrounging for fucking unemployment your whole life, or
whatever you need to do.
Hopping from job to job.
I literally
mean?
had this. There was this chick that was working for my company a little while ago. I'd say maybe about like 6 months ago. She literally just like thought she could do whatever the fuck she wanted, and I know she was like in her earlier 20s, and dude, she would just leave work whenever she fucking wanted to, and then she like my boss. Dude, he was like so nice about it too. Like I was surprised I didn't fire after the second time she did it, and like he was just like, listen, you can't just leave whenever you want.
Yeah,
like, and she like came up with like this whole thing. I don't know if it's true or not. I don't know her fucking personal life. She said that
because they know what they're doing is wrong, but they act like they don't understand.
She said that her mom was like sick and in the hospital or something like that, and she needed to like go see her like certain days or something like that. And I was just like, I'm not sure if I entirely believe her because this chick was literally like every single time I would like go near where she was working and I'd hear her talking to other employees. Yeah. Everything that came out of her mouth was fucking crazy. Like, insane. So, like, I was just like, this has got to be bullshit. And then she finally gets fired. And it's like, and I think, like, I'm sure she was pissed off about it, but, like, dude, you literally do this shit to yourself.
There's
and I don't understand why.
Yeah, there's that extent of it. But at the same time, there's way more situations where people do work and they don't get paid jack shit. Like that's the more
there's
norm.
Those people that are just totally trying to take advantage as much as they fucking possibly can.
Sure, but then
they get fired for it.
I see it all the time.
They get fired for it. Exactly.
I see that too, but like
they're fucking pissed off at the system.
Yeah, that's true. And then
you're
like
a shitty fucking worker.
Usually, what you have to do now instead of like just being in a sort of supervisory position, instead of like scolding them and trying to correct their behavior.
Yeah.
Now, what a lot of places are doing is just letting them you just hand them the tools to dig their own grave.
Just let them do it. Let them do it. Let them
then just document it.
Yeah, and just get them out.
Yeah, because instead of trying to correct it and then getting yourself in trouble while you're trying to correct it for saying,
being
whatever,
a little too harsh or something.
Yeah. Oh, you can't talk to them like that. Just let them dig their own fucking grave.
All right, let's. Since we're like. When we're talking about this, like I'm more interested in talking about what we're talking about now, actually, than like the PC thing. So, I'll incorporate this in. Like I said, I'll make it like a kind of a thing where it all rolls together.
Really
True. I mean, I wanted to get more into it. I should have did a little more like looking on like all the things that are going on. Those were just two that were bothering me. But as far as when we're talking about work, like.
Well, no, we're still getting on the same thing.
Yeah,
everybody's upset about.
But it's what people are getting upset about.
What's real and
what's just outrage, like and just like bullshit. Like I'm just getting. I guess you're right because we're talking about like an employee, like, hey, this is bullshit. I'm entitled to have this, like, and that's the same people that are doing this shit with like telling people they can't say certain things.
I can understand a point of where like people, like we've had this conversation numerous times where corporations and shit don't pay people enough fucking money.
But it's not just corporations, it's capitalism. It's not just a corporation. It's not.
A lot of people don't pay the fucking money that you should be paid to fucking live. Okay? But that doesn't mean to be a fucking asshole and not fucking work.
Well, it does though.
It does to a point, dude. But
it does.
If you're gonna act like that the whole time throughout your whole entire life, you're never gonna have a fucking job. You're never gonna be able to be a fucking person. A normal fucking person to live.
Yeah, and
so
this
you either gotta shit down and fucking choke a dick on the system and fucking go with it.
But that's how it never changes, though.
I know, but like you can still work.
Yeah, true. I'll give you that.
You can still work and
if you want to fight the power and succeed, you have to look like a decent person.
Yeah, exactly.
True. I'll agree with that.
You can't just go into it like a bum.
You can't.
Yeah, like you're just fucking fuck this shit.
You can say I paid my fucking dues. I deserve this. I'm fucking. You can't just go into and say, I've never worked a day in my fucking life. I think I deserve more than that.
Yeah, you're never going to get anything
Your
accomplished
wages
that
aren't
way.
good enough for me. You know what I mean?
You're never going to get anything accomplished.
Exactly. So you got to
Unions,
fucking
unions
put in the
didn't
time.
start, a bum didn't start the unions.
Exactly.
You know what I
You
mean?
got to put in the fucking time, do
True,
the fucking
true.
work. And if you don't get hot, like if you at one point think that you aren't fucking where you should be, then that's where it starts.
That's true, but I think the most of the people too, like it, where people have more of an issue, it's not even really work. It's literally social
Just
issues.
living.
Well, yeah. Well,
Yeah.
there's that, but I mean, like, people have to be outraged about everything, and work's a part of it, sure. But it's more or less the shit they see on Facebook. I think that's what drives
Oh my
people
God.
Oh yeah.
to
I hear
go
people
ape
make
shit
comments
crazy.
all the time about like they just like literally repeat the headline they read while they were on break.
Yeah,
And then I'm like, well, what about it? And they have nothing to say.
Like, well, I read the title. That's all that matters. I know. I can
Where was
figure
that
out the
from?
rest of it.
Oh, it's the BuzzFeed, the Huffington Post. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah. And what's the other one? The Washington Post, right? Ah, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I even
And
seen
like, did you read the whole article? No, I read the headline.
dude.
And I heard that transgender people are mad at motorcycles. You know, like just stupid shit like that. And it's like, oh my God. And like, so now you're mad at them, huh? Because you
Dude,
read a fucking
that-
sentence.
What's I even
Like-
seen that too when I first got Facebook back. The first thing I saw,
I was doing it. I was doing these things. I was getting mad too.
Yeah.
And that's when I started to go, hold on. Let me
Step-
look. Let me step out of my own body here and take a look at
out of my
what
own
I'm-
bubble and like,
Let me like,
look at this
what
objectively.
what I am doing
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah.
I'm an idiot. What am I doing?
Dude.
You know what I mean? What am I mad about?
nothing.
Like, what am I? Nothing.
But the thing that that gets me too is like when I left like Facebook, I was like, dude, I can't take this. I'm fucking angry all the time. I want to smash everything. Like, I gotta stop this.
That's why I told you to stop posting Trump
Dude,
shit the
that's
other
why-
day.
But I have to do it once in a while. But I'm not posting. I'm not posting Trump stuff. I'm posting against Democratic posts that are like, dude, this is ridiculous. And this is where I kind of like came up. I was like, dude, Colin, let's do an episode on like PC culture, because when the first day was back, I added like, I think it's called like the 98% or whatever the hell it is, and I was like, okay, they always usually post some kind of good stuff usually or something, and I'll follow and look at it. They were posting something that was supporting Jeff Bezos, the owner of Amazon, supporting him. I was like, what am I looking at?
Yeah.
It's just because Trump said something about it that you immediately have to be against it. The dude is a fucking straight monopoly, just destroying like communities, and now you have Democrats supporting it just because they want to be outraged at Trump.
Amazon would be a great thing if he would pay his fucking employees.
No, it still would be bad because
You think
he's
so?
a monopoly.
Yeah.
He owns over like 80% of a market.
I still like to go to stores though. I think people do.
Yes, but that does not.
I buy shit
That's
on Amazon.
that's not enough to keep an economy going.
shit on it.
You do know that.
I do, man.
I don't trust it.
Video games, if you pre-order them, you get like $12 off.
I don't trust it.
Here's your problem: you pre-order games,
I've heard- 'cause
Colin.
Some of the
That's why games suck ass anymore. People like you pre-ordering.
Yeah. Okay. That's ridiculous.
No, it's not. That's when that shit gets rushed,
that's
pushed
ridiculous.
out, and then fucking, well, this isn't the game I wanted. It wasn't finished. Well, no fucking kidding, because they pushed a pre-order because you're fucking
Isn't the game that
yeah.
you play every day not finished yet?
Which game?
PUBG.
I didn't pre-order it, and it's
there's no
$30.
All right, whatever. We're getting
You ain't gonna win that argument, Colin.
Early access,
Sorry.
bud.
So you really don't
Forever.
think you don't think that if Amazon would give their workers like a decent living wage, if you would start paying workers like $20 to $25 an hour?
Do I think I'd be okay then?
Yeah, do you think it would
No,
be?
because look in 20 years
It's
or
a lot.
30 years from now, everything's going to be automated. Those people are going to be gone anyway. And that guy's just going to have this lump sum of money. That he bought the Washington Post.
Yeah.
It's a fucking mouthpiece for him now. He's involved with the CIA. Anytime someone gets that powerful,
Yeah, he's
ends up being a fucking monopoly,
That's
he can
fucking
control
dangerous.
shit.
I have a problem with that company, and even though I still do buy shit off that,
I worked there. That shit was slavery.
I know people
Troy
who
worked there too. And
It's
he said it
fucking
was
slavery.
fucking terrible.
I know a
He
lot
quit
of-
after like 2 weeks.
But the problem is too, like then you have people defend the Democratic Party defending
him. I
a
was just-
monopoly.
That's ridiculous. Yeah, it's absolutely ridiculous.
But that's the outrage culture, the PC culture. It's like, well, Trump said he doesn't like it. Now we're going to defend a fucking monopoly. We're going to defend the 1%.
Trump
And then
probably
2
says he
posts
doesn't-
later,
Trump probably says he doesn't like it because it's going to fucking turn out just like him. Well,
but that's
Yeah.
fucking
that's
way
what I
more
mean.
power than he needs to fucking have.
competition.
But there's where the outrage
gonna be
comes
power
from.
that
It's
he
because
fucking-
you hate Trump so much, you don't care. Like if he says something about NAFTA, like I don't know how much you know about NAFTA
Right.
and stuff
If he
like
says
that.
something that actually makes sense for once.
Yes, we're still against it.
Yeah.
So now you're gonna ride against like NAFTA, which just destroyed the American middle class.
Right.
He said he was against it, and that's something I supported. I was like, okay, that's one thing I actually agree with. And then all of a sudden, well, Trump's no, it's good.
Yeah.
Why? Because I read it. Okay, it makes no fucking sense.
People, a lot of people, I don't know.
They read things and they think automatically that like they have to like agree with it.
It's a
and then
sports
they
team.
don't-
Politics is a sports team.
and then they don't really think about it.
No, they don't research it. They don't look
think
into it. They
about
don't.
And they're just like, okay, we're just gonna.
These people
agree
know what they're
with-
talking about.
exactly.
Yeah.
Let's assume
Yeah,
that they
yeah.
know what's going on.
Right.
It's
And
mob
then
rule.
fucking-
Meanwhile, get these two groups, these two sides of the country just fighting at each other.
Yeah.
While
And I think that's why
while we
people-
sneak all
I think
this
that's why there's-
nasty shit through the back.
I think that's
you
why
know?
there's so many fucking problems with it, because people just literally look at it and they say, I'm gonna have to agree with that, but then they don't fucking look into it. They don't fucking try to
dude,
expand their own fucking mind on the situation.
Jeff Bezos owns the Washington Post.
Yes, he bought the Washington Post.
And those are the ones that are always posting all this
Hillary
shit.
shit. There's the ones
All
that were
kinds-
smearing Bernie. That's Washington Post. Now he owns the Washington
Wow,
Post.
that makes so much sense.
Yes.
That's crazy.
So the reason
That's not even a conspiracy. That's right in front of your
yeah,
fucking
and
face.
right in front of his face. But dude,
Yeah.
the wealthy do not
But
have
just
to
think,
worry anymore.
You
anymore.
didn't even know that, so imagine how many people don't fucking
Exactly.
know that.
But the wealthy
And then fucking it, you know what I mean?
Holy
it
shit.
doesn't matter anymore. The wealthy can be blatantly open and do anything they want because usually what would happen
Oh, I see it.
was the
Trust
middle
me, I
class would
know.
keep them in check and be like, hey, I want you to do this. I don't want you to do that. But now everyone's like, gay rights.
Trust me, I see it every day. I see it 40 hours a week. So that's all I gotta say.
Yeah, but
So-
dude, it's just like a part of like a bigger thing that it's going to get worse and worse and worse and worse.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like the worst of it right now, as far as socially, is on the left. It is 10 times worse.
Yeah.
Like absolutely. I like as far as all the Nazi shit,
worse.
that's a smaller minority compared to the people outrage culture on the left. It is disgusting right
Well,
now.
you know, okay, so when I was all mad and like reading all these things and being an idiot and going, every Republican's like showing their true colors right now, and they're all fucking swastika wearers in disguise.
Yeah.
And I was like frothing out the mouth of like
being outraged.
yeah, these
but you get
people,
sucked into
they're
it.
they're just coming out of their little corner, and then you realize it's like, well, no, because not all Republicans are like that. Because like
no.
they're not.
Dude,
And
most
like some of them
Nope.
are totally sensible people, you know.
yes, but that's where
Like, and then you see it and you go, what's going on? And then you kind of like go, what the fuck am I reading? You know, like
where
yeah,
is this going?
Yeah, like where am I? Like, what's right and what's wrong
Yeah.
anymore? You know what I mean? And like,
So I try
why
not to
aren't
look
we
at
getting
that shit.
along? Like,
yeah.
Because there's people that want one fucking thing, and there's another person.
Yeah,
that
but
wants
we're
another
not getting
fucking
along
thing.
to the point where we elect some.
But the problem
some
is
administration in to just fucking ruin everything for all of us.
yeah, well
Because
no.
that's where it's coming. Dude, I think the
Here-
focus
nope.
more now is fucking other people attacking other people than focusing on what's really going to affect everybody in the long run.
Well, yeah.
At that moment in time, it's like short term things against other people.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
vendettas against other people that they don't fucking see that in the long term,
Yeah.
it's just gonna keep getting fucking worse and worse if you keep on allowing it to be that way.
Yeah, but it's going to stay
They're
that
sucking
way.
in.
Yeah.
They're
yeah.
getting sucked in.
It's like you get sucked in this like vortex of nonsense that
Yeah.
like never stops and there's no way out.
The
Eventually,
nonsense vortex.
yeah, the nonsense vortex. Eventually it's just going to shoot you out and be like, I don't want to go back in there. That's fucking nonsense.
Yeah. I don't even like to talk about it. Like even with like you, like as friends, I don't like to talk.
See,
about
I love
it.
it.
Yeah.
I love talking about this
See,
stuff.
Well, see,
I
I don't know.
try to stay away from it.
A lot of people that I could talk to it about that I'm around most of the time just get mad. They just get mad.
but
They
why?
can't stay because they're idiots.
Like, dude, there's no reason to get mad.
A
Like,
lot of them
even
watch this. They think I'm an ass for doing this. So,
you're an ass. Why?
oh, I asked them about it, and they like asked them if they would. They're like, "Oh, you're gonna do a fucking radio show? Oh, fucking idiot!"
See, that's how fucking ignorant people are.
Yeah, like I'm just gonna go home and
Ignorant.
fucking hit my dog for like barking.
Why don't you get a life?
Like,
Join a fire.
And what are you
department.
doing? What are you doing? Sitting at the fucking couch watching fucking shitty TV?
No, they all go to the fire department as soon as they get away from work because they hate their wives.
Oh, that's real fuck. That's a nice fucking.
Because they don't want to sit on the couch.
That's
with their
a
wife
real nice alternative.
and enjoy their
Well,
life.
dude, you just don't understand.
Come on.
That's the way it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
Just saying.
We're the black sheep.
Or they're all going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh God, shouldn't have said that.
Dude, I'm triggered, bro.
No.
This snowflake is triggered.
Like tell them that you're doing something. Like, oh, I'm doing this. Like if
Going hunting.
like if I would, that's fine. But if you would tell them like, hey man, like I got an art gallery opening up for the weekend. Like it's free to come. It'd be really cool if you would come. I don't do this. But if I would go and tell my coworkers
they'd be
that,
like, "Why is that gay?"
Yeah, they'd be like, what? Like, what? Dude, like they'd be like. They would just like blow their heads off. They wouldn't know what to do. Like, wait, you're an artist? You're one of them? Like,
You're one of them
they're
gays.
idiots too. And they're reading the other shit.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen some of the opposite side shit? Like the
Yeah.
right side type of
But it's always the
Facebook
same
clickbait?
It's
Oh my
always the same old arguments that have been running since the 80s.
Yeah.
But they just like you would think after like fucking 30 odd years or 40 like it'd be like, "Hey, these things don't work." No, the problem is lazy people and poor people are just lazy and
Well, my mom and dad said that back in the 70s, so it's got to be right today.
yeah. It's gotta be the same.
Times never change.
It's totally the same atmosphere as back in 1970. Let me tell you.
No, and that's seriously what it's like. And like, I have a Facebook friend who is like huge right wing,
Yeah.
and he's still posting shit about thank God Hillary isn't our president. It's like, dude, it's been almost 2 years. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I kind of.
I mean,
agree.
hey, I'm agreeing with that. I mean, I can't.
But
really
it's still
complain.
like it's just all this shit of like, oh well, you're mad that Trump did this. Well, Hillary wanted to do this, and it was like, yeah,
It's like, dude,
That doesn't-
okay, but that doesn't matter anymore.
yeah, it's
Like,
over, dude.
First of all, that doesn't even fucking apply to me because
They
I didn't
like-
win either one.
They won. They won with that whole thing, and
they're still running with it. Well, Hillary, Obama, like, dude, just fucking stop. Like, it's all on Trump now. When thing doesn't go right, it's Trump.
Yeah.
There is no other spiels of what's going on here.
Let's blame Trump.
Yeah. Let's be honest though, he is a really bad president.
Oh yeah, he's terrible.
just
He's
saying.
fucking awful.
If you want to actually go like point by point of the stuff he's doing and putting in place and not attacking him like, oh, he fucking bangs porn stars. I don't care.
His tactic isn't working as much as it used to anymore either.
No, because
His
people.
tactic of let's just go on camera and say something fucking crazy.
Well, it's not even the
to, like,
fucking
distract
crazy,
it
dude.
From, like what was really going
He
on.
was like an absolute populist, and the shit he was saying, he was stealing, like from Bernie. Like when Bernie was getting super popular, he started stealing a lot of those things, and he got even more popular on the right. And then it's like, dude, he's not gonna do any of those things.
I wish Bernie was.
Do you see Hillary Clinton?
I mean, I can see him
in jail yet.
Yeah, but even the stuff he was saying about the economy,
put her in jail.
We're gonna lock her up, dude. Are you fucking stupid? That would never happen.
I really wish we would have got him, man. I mean, he might have been.
That means he
corrupt
would
too,
have
like,
to go
in
through the
end.
entire
It
government.
might have
Maybe-
happened to him too. but-
maybe, but and a lot of his
I
policies.
mean, he
like-
is a fucking politician, so
and he's a Jew.
is he?
Yeah. What?
Wait, who?
I mean, I guess that kind of makes sense there, Christopher.
Oh yeah.
How could you not, dude? You just did it right there. Like, how is he a Jew?
I don't know. I don't.
Dude, he is a fucking
do I care?
straight
What
New
do I
York Jew.
care? What do
It
I-
was a joke. I
I
wasn't
don't care
saying
if he's fucking Amish.
Yeah.
As long as he's paying his fucking taxes.
I mean, dude, see, I don't really like
Bernie's a
taxes.
good Jew.
I'm not a big fan of taxes, man.
Oh.
Taxes are fucking terrible.
It's not that they're terrible. It's that they don't get used for the right thing they're supposed to get used for.
It is unacceptable that the rich get a cut while the poor go to schools with broken textbooks.
The top 10th of 1/15%.
They're learning 45-year-old science. Let me make this clear to everyone in the room.
Like, do you think it's okay?
These areas are being taxed more than our top millionaires.
No, you should be on SNL for fucking Bernie.
That's good, bro. That's a really good Bernie Sanders.
And I love him though.
Oh, yeah.
I love how pissed
He's the
off he gets.
fucking
He starts
greatest.
fucking shaking his head, and his hair starts waving, and his glasses
Dude,
fall down on his
what's
nose.
weird about that-
And he's doing all these hand motions like WWE. Like he's gonna like take a chair and fucking smack somebody with it.
Dude,
I fucking love.
you know
He's old, dude.
Yeah.
He's got all this like
energy, dude.
Yeah.
And he's like, marijuana should be legalized in the next 4 years. We could have it done. We could get rid of all these anti-anxiety medications.
It's like, dude, like everything. Like,
These
dude,
are addictive drugs that have harmful chemicals that are tearing apart our societies.
dude, it is really good.
I love it. I love him.
It is really
I
good.
love him. This is an old man getting all riled up and red in the face talking about
But it
weed,
all makes
dude.
fucking sense.
What's weird
dude.
though, like I wasn't really
That's the
watching.
best part about it.
I wasn't really.
It's two things that are great.
I wasn't really
He's great.
like watching too much on him, and like I was at work the one night. I was working second shift at the time, and this guy comes up to me and like we were talking about politics. And I knew nothing about Bernie Sanders, like because I was like, dude, I don't follow politics because it's fucking all them are corrupt assholes. And then this guy comes up to me, he's like, you seem like a socialist swine. He's like, you might like Bernie Sanders. I was like,
Free stuff.
well, I'm gonna check this out now because you said that to me.
Yeah.
I watched one of his things. I did a little research. I was like, holy fuck, I gotta tell Matt about this. And I immediately said to Matt, he's like, damn. And immediately, and then like this, our entire generation's like, dude, this. And what I can say is like, we have the PC culture, sure, but dude, look, we almost got a fucking Democratic socialist elected president. He is literally the only socialist in America. Socialist because he's a capitalist. He's not pushing fucking socialist ideals. It's capitalism with a little bit of socialism, which is what America always does.
He's a fucking commie.
Yeah, well, it's for fucking stupid. That doesn't make any
fucking
sense. But like, dude, he almost got elected. A no-name guy almost beat Hillary Clinton. And if it wasn't for Hillary Clinton like cheating, he would have.
Yeah,
Yeah, I really felt bad for him
He would've
when
won.
he like conceded to her. That really.
Yeah, well, that turned me off from him, dude. I was like, dude, you do not like it's the whole lesser of two evils thing,
Yeah.
and like,
He should have
dude.
known that was gonna fucking happen.
Well, but he had nothing. He couldn't really do anything at that point. Like he lost because of what happened, because you had all the networks pushing propaganda for Hillary, trying to smear like Bernie, and that's what happened.
Hopefully, just more.
Fuck it, dude. Leave it to the people.
It doesn't necessarily have to be
That's what it
him.
should be.
That's true.
You can't just leave it to him because he's old, one guy. So hopefully,
I got to piss so
more
bad.
people with his. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Hopefully, more people with his basic ideology and like ideology and ideas. Wow, fucking brilliant.
Too many hammies.
Nah, I only had two.
Sure.
No, just people on his platform with his same kind of platform come out and start talking about these things because I think he's really hitting the nail on the head with
Oh, of course he
a lot of these issues. But what damned him is him going taxing the rich and then like, oh, you motherfucker! I'm not going to lose my 41st beach house
I
to
literally
you.
had this little.
I want another one. We need a tax cut.
I literally had this little fucking lady come up to me. I was down at Beer Muscles one time, and actually I was talking about this. I was talking to this fucking retarded kid. That's like, I don't know.
You talk to a lot of retarded people. Are you a special ed teacher?
He was a fucking retard. He
Jesus Christ.
he
Trying to be
literally
like, hey, listen, we're not trying to upset anybody, but this is getting ridiculous.
he loved
Fucking retard.
I like the word. I don't know why.
I like it too.
But he loved Trump, dude. And I was literally just talking to him. I was like, dude.
In a bar?
Yeah.
Big
I was
mistake.
like, and he just like, I can't stand the kid. But I was telling him, I was like, dude, Bernie Sanders, man. Bernie Sanders. Telling him why, this and that. And then fucking he had some little fucking, he literally just, his excuse for like having her come talk to me instead of him was she went to college. She has an education.
Yeah, she
I said,
knows.
all right. And she
that means nothing.
Exactly. And I was just like, okay. And she's like, oh, I was like, so you don't think that taxing the rich is a great idea? And she's like, no. She's like, you think that's fucked up. She's like, my dad worked hard for all the shit that he's accomplished and stuff like that.
But he never did it by himself.
Exactly. I was like, so
That's not how
you
anything
think that
works.
he would have been able to do that by himself? You think, all the people that, worked for him, help him out, did all the fucking work for him because he sure as hell couldn't do it for him fucking self.
See,
you think that's a great
Once
idea?
Where? How do you know that though? Like I don't know. Like I get.
No.
I
Or
get
just-
your argument, but where is it? Like, does it? It doesn't always validate.
yes, it does. 100% all the time.
There are. Why? No, there.
Name one thing or one person.
There are there's plenty of successful, famous people that like fucking lived in their cars before they became.
But how do you think they got there all by themselves?
Well, they got their first role and became famous.
Okay, now think about when they got famous. Think about all the people that worked under that, like the studio,
Management,
all of that.
build their brand.
They're
right.
No
agents,
one
they're
makes
everything.
it by themselves. No one. Never.
Unless you're a fucking like mastermind, in which you'll find one out of fucking how many.
But that's the weird random outliers.
I'm not
Exactly.
saying
Yeah.
that they shouldn't be taxed more. I think they should be taxed
Yeah.
more. Because they'd still be sitting on a shit pile of stupid fucking amounts of
But
money.
you know what would be the easiest
know?
way to actually solve the problem with people not making enough money? Do you know what the actual textbook definition of socialism is? Not the government controls everything. Do you know what the actual textbook definition?
Everybody works for the same amount of.
No. Workers own the means of production. That's all it is.
Oh.
So it's
employee-owned companies.
Bingo.
Yeah, and those
it's
are
like
pretty
it's
great.
almost it's like going to a
We have a
fucking-
couple of them. It's co-ops.
It's like going to a private club, like the
Yeah.
Democratic Club that's down there. Like,
It's privately owned by. So why should
the people
why,
that pay for their memberships own the club.
And in this country, we believe in basically is anyone that works really hard should be paid their fair share because they're working hard. So why should a guy at the top that most likely never worked, probably bought the company, family already had money, why should he be living off the riches of someone else? That doesn't make any sense because most companies are like third, fourth generation people at this point. They've never worked a day in their lives.
Yeah.
So why would
It's
you
all
not have
handed down.
Exactly. Why would you not have the workers own the companies they work in? So everything's done democratically.
That rich guy already owns it.
You fucking abolish it. You shouldn't have that because it's everything else is democratically done in this country. Democratically
Yeah, but that
done.
rich guy that owned that company became a politician then.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
That's the problem. We almost had that in America already. We almost had worker-owned institutions, and then we had people busting unions, killing people for private corporations.
Yeah,
That's
the Pinkertons.
that is the number one. It was like basically like private eyes, but they could kill people.
Yeah.
No, yeah, exactly like you said, dude. Fucking,
Union's bad. It's bad.
you have those people
That's
that
what everybody
they have the
says.
money,
But I feel like unions wouldn't even fix
they
everything.
probably
right
paid
now.
off
No.
those people to fucking try and kill
Especially
those fucking
depending on
people
which
for that.
union it is.
Well, but not even the fact of that. Like it's a global economy right now, and there's no way to scale that back to America buys American and like shit like that.
So
That'll
what,
never be
what we were getting at here now, coming back
Before
to
the political
is that-
rant.
No. It all
It
tied
ties
in.
in. It
Because
ties in.
that's what we're getting into is we're all worrying about these social issues.
Yeah.
While there's this one giant issue that we're all dealing with, but we're not talking about.
Yeah.
Is the rich are fucking the poor and the middle class real hard right
That's
now.
all it is.
They're actually getting to the point where they're eliminating the middle class.
Well,
Yeah.
There's going to be rich
It's
and poor.
depleting.
You know,
the middle
Like,
class really doesn't exist anymore, man. It really doesn't.
I don't consider myself poor, but I don't consider myself
Listen, this is where
Dude, in
this is-
financially
in
like,
standards
well
of
off.
60s,
Here's
you'd
like-
be
here-
poor.
Oh,
you
yeah.
wouldn't
in a
be the middle
scale- In a
class.
scale of it, like okay, like just I'm not gonna like do like exacts here, obviously, but
Yeah, these are
this was
hand
the-
measurements.
if-
Yeah.
exactly.
Definitely not
if
exact.
if this was the whole fucking system, okay, and the poor up here, fucking middle class and the poor, I could honestly say like right now, like if this was the original size of the fucking middle class, it's probably like closer down to here now. You know what I mean?
See, but the
And it's gonna be
Yeah.
poor taking over that. So
what my problem is though is because the middle class is a byproduct of post World War II
Mm-hmm.
and like unions, and it's the time it isn't naturally made in capitalism. It's
Mm-hmm.
not. So how do you get it back again? Now, say you do get it back again. How do you keep it? Because when someone can abolish all those regulations you put in to build it, you can go right back to where we're at now.
yeah.
So it's a never-ending thing that would constantly keep going. It and instead of doing that, we could do that. But the problem is, we have people focusing on social issues, which is your social justice warriors, and then people fighting with people on the alt-right and blah, 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 blah. But they're missing the whole bigger picture, which is most Americans agree on economic issues. But when it's spun by a party before it gets told to them directly, they'll believe in something else. So like say I directly say, hey, do you want a livable wage? And like we went over that earlier. Most people will agree. But then when you have a Republican spin on it and then it's told to them before, they'll be like, oh, well, I don't want minimum wage workers to make as much as I do. There's a spin on it now. Then the left, you have the same thing. It's the same concept. Before just telling them the facts, you'll put a left-wing spin on it, like a PC culture spin on it, and then you'll feed them the information. So then all of a sudden people are fucking barking at each other, and nothing gets done.
Sean Hannity said this. Well, don't watch Sean Hannity then. He's a fucking idiot.
Yeah, it's like, dude, we've established since 2004 or 2003.
Watching that fucking idiot.
Dude,
you know?
like, he has the easiest job, and he talks about people working hard. You sit and talking to a fucking microphone.
Yeah.
You
Don't watch him.
Yeah.
Don't watch him. Don't watch Wolf Blitzer. You don't like Wolf Blitzer. Don't watch Wolf Blitzer.
Yeah.
You know?
But that's where it comes into
Go
another
outside.
problem.
Go outside and talk to your fucking neighbor. You know what I mean?
Yeah, dude, I feel like people are more established
should be.
in speaking on to like a digital kind of thing than being interactive in their local community.
Dude, just look how awkward people are nowadays.
Yeah.
They're
Well,
so
walk around like-
socially awkward. Like they can't even.
Yeah, you ever go
Dude,
into
there's
a
so many
place
people
and
that-
just say hi to somebody that
Dude,
looks at
there's
you? They go,
Do you have a gun?
and sometimes they like,
Dude,
Hi.
they can't even. They can't, exactly. They can't.
What's happening here?
They literally can't bring up the means to just have a normal fucking conversation with somebody. real
No.
quick. Like, dude, I remember growing up seeing my fucking dad. Like, he'll just go up to a random person. Like, if there was like
I still do it.
dude, like
do it all the time.
Yeah, like it's not like it's nothing. But like I learned it from my dad because my dad would literally just like he'll see somebody at like the gas station or something like that. He'll like,
How you doing, bud?
like, hey, how's it going? Like he wouldn't even know the fucking person. He would just go, how you doing? And like, or like if he'll see somebody at the grocery store accidentally gets in their way,
Yeah.
they'll be like, hey, how you doing? You know, I mean, like, sorry I was in your way or something like that.
I
No
apologize.
biggie. Or if they were in his way, no biggie. He would always say, no
Yeah.
biggie.
Can you
Like-
believe this weather?
Yeah. Dude, there was a one time.
Beautiful.
There was a one time we're literally fucking. We were somebody. We were somewhere, and he had this lady had a Raiders jacket on. My dad's a fan of the Raiders. He
Feel
literally
sorry for him.
I know, right? He literally started talking to her like he fucking met her before. And I remember asking him after he talked to her for like, only like 3 minutes.
Yeah.
But I was like, you know her? He's like, no.
Never seen her in my entire life.
But like, dude, that's like the total different thing. The people that are like anywhere from like our age or like
Yeah, it's
around it with the
disconnect from
10-minute, I mean,
Oh, I
10
know.
year like difference like around.
I
our age.
have to confront
Fucking
people
dude,
all the
just
time.
like-
He's honest. I think that's the main problem with the PC shit is people do not. It's a disconnect from actually having communications with another human being. Like you think you're connected to all these people, dude. You
You're
don't
not.
know these people. You have no connection with them besides this fucking digital.
It's crazy how-
machine. Like compared to like when you would talk to someone, like
It's crazy
the
how-
outrage doesn't exist.
It's crazy how you can attack somebody so fucking easily on
When you
fucking-
don't know them.
on a fucking platform, fucking
Absolutely.
device, but you can't even fucking say hi to them in the
Yep.
fucking
Yep.
street.
Yeah.
How
No, it's-
crazy is that? That's
Yeah.
a crazy. Fucking
I noticed
thing.
that before I worked where I work, I didn't have enough money to have a smartphone, so I'd like go on the computer like maybe once a day. You know, like get on. Seriously, yeah. I
This
had
is like MySpace days.
No, it was like Facebook days. It was up till like 2012.
Okay.
I didn't have a phone for the longest time.
I used to hang out at the bar all the time, and I was single, so I would like talk to girls and stuff, and they'd be like, "Oh, what's your Facebook?" And I'd be like, "Well, like, can I just have your phone number?" And they'd be like, "Well, I can give it to you on Messenger." And I'm like, "Yeah, like, I have to be at a computer to do that because I have a like flip phone still." You know?
You were forgetting what it looked like. Like, how do I
Yeah.
do this?
Yeah, I did kind of forget, and like and then I realized too, I was like, wait, this is weird as shit already, because like, not only is it, I can't just walk up to a person and say, have a conversation with them, and then go, oh, what's your phone number? We should do this again sometime. It's, oh, what's your Facebook?
Yeah.
Are you on Facebook? Like,
your
wait, I have
Facebook?
to get a hold of you on
What's
that.
your Instagram? What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Dude, I feel like social media
weird.
is the destruction of human
No,
society.
no.
Dude, it really is. It's
Dude,
really
it-
that bad, dude.
It's
literally-
detrimental. It's detrimental. It's also a tool.
How? A tool for what, though?
It's also
What's
a tool.
positive coming from it?
You can share information on it.
information, but
Real information.
what information, though?
That's true. That's true.
Still real information
true,
can be shared.
But look what.
True.
But
It's not all bullshit.
Right now, it's not.
It just, a lot of it is.
yeah, but
lot
the
of it
human
is.
condition to turn shit into something that's not even like.
Yeah, but not
And then you have
everyone's
trolls,
Not
or,
everyone's
like-
evil, man.
No. I'm not saying they are, but like the social media thing is getting to the point where it's like humans aren't even humans anymore.
Reality versus
It's-
social, like what you want people to think. Reality versus online perception.
Yeah, it's completely
Think about it,
different
online
than.
perception. If you're gonna post
I-
something, it's online perception. people's lives aren't actually like that. It's online
That's
perception.
totally true. I agree with that
That's what
completely.
we're trying to
yeah,
say
exactly.
the whole
What you
time.
perceive yourself to be. It's not real.
Yeah, that's absolutely. So when you're doing that and like you're going,
Yeah,
in,
my profile picture on Facebook is me in a kilt with a giant 8-foot-long sword. So
like that's who that guy is.
yeah, that's me. It's me every day.
No, it's,
I just
it's
carry
true,
that
dude.
thing around.
Hey, at
with
least
me.
mine's accurate. It's just me sitting with the headphones on looking at this.
It's
Like,
true though.
it's
Dude.
pretty accurate.
That's why, like, I don't even. I have the time, dude. Like, it's none, not even better. But like, dude, that's why, like, I actually like going on Instagram more than I do Facebook.
Because just
You see
pictures.
pictures.
Facebook-
Yeah.
Facebook is just no
Like,
matter what you
fucking
follow,
cesspool,
and add,
dude.
It's a fucking exactly.
idea peddling.
It's a fucking just shit stain of fucking just here's this like you like it'll pop up randomly. You don't even want it to fucking.
But
pop
it's
up.
not even like
But
to
it'll
talk
fucking
to
pop up.
friends. It's like once in a while, it's like, hey, look at this video.
But that's why like Instagram.
I do talk to my
Instagram's
friend
literally
who's in South
pictures
Korea
of people.
Okay, yes.
on Facebook.
Of
The
yourself.
random weird occurrence is actually used correctly.
Yeah.
Sure, I got you. But I mean, you could also probably just call him.
And you don't. That's
no,
the
I
thing.
can't.
You can't call him.
Well, we could, but it would cost him a lot of money.
Is that still a thing anymore? You
Yeah.
can't call
Yeah,
all around the world?
yeah.
I thought it was.
Yeah.
You can just do that now.
Like,
We're not at that age
You
yet.
can and you can't.
It would also like cost him a lot of money on top of that because he's Air Force.
Why don't you get a
So
fucking like some kind of weird messaging app and be like, hey, what's up, buddy?
There is.
Like,
There
how are
is.
you?
Actually, there is. There is an app that you can do it without.
I'm
getting
sure there's an
called.
app. There's an app for everything.
There is
So-
an app where you can do it without.
it is unacceptable that in this country our soldiers
It's
deployed across all over the world cannot call their families
Do the one about
without being charged.
do the one about fucking universal college, free college.
Oh God, no!
That's is always the talking points. It's like fucking. It's like how
Every
was it?
sentence I do, I
Right.
start with "It is unacceptable."
Yeah, it is unacceptable.
It's
Okay, let me finish here.
that
What?
whole-
Yeah.
That
I know
whole
what I'm
free-
talking about is not sexy. You ever hear him say that?
Yeah.
But pay attention for one moment. I just would like one moment of your time.
The great thing about him too, though, man, is like he wasn't a career politician in the sense that it's like I'm taking bribes from this big corporation to do the bidding of this big corporation. Like he's like was actually fighting for people and civil rights and stuff like that. But some of the shit he did say though, man, it was like it was very PC kind of when he was going to like the xenophobia, and I was like, dude, back it off.
There is xenophobia.
There is, but when they make it, when you talk about it directly, it makes it sound like it's a bigger issue, and it's really not. It's just like, oh, well, I don't like people from strange places. It's humans. Humans do not like people from strange places that they're not from there. It's how humans are. That's just the way they are.
I don't like people from Planet
Walmart. I was at Walmart today.
Yeah, Planet
I
X.
went
Walmart's
to
one
fucking
thing. That's a whole.
yo, listen
That's
to this.
a whole different planet.
Listen to this today, dude. Okay,
That's
so
a fucking
Is
planet
that where
on
you got
a
your
planet.
fishing license?
I did. I had to go there, and I was. Just wait, wait.
Dude, that is literally a planet on a planet.
Dude, the disgusting people there, and I'm getting so irritated, and I'm walking out, I'm already pissed off. This old lady, dude, I want to punch her in the fucking forehead. Dude, she's like, can I check your receipt? I was like,
Oh my god.
you motherfucker. Check my receipt for what? Like, go fuck yourself. Like, I paid for you think I stole something? I told her basically fuck off.
No,
She's
you
like,
told her to fuck off.
okay. I was like, dude, I don't care if you get paid $7.25 an hour. I don't give a shit. You are not checking my receipt. I did nothing wrong. What do you think this is, Nazi Germany?
Can we check and see if you stole something before you exit the building, sir?
Absolutely. Here, check my bag. The only person that lets you do that, like, well, maybe they did steal something actually on top of it. But I don't know. That lady really pissed me off. I was already angry. And I was like, dude, I fucking hate Walmart. So I'm sitting there, and then I'm buying, like, I'm at the register buying my
I
license.
feel like when I'm in Walmart,
And I
I'm a
have
totally different
Old
person.
Spice fucking body wash, and the guy at the cashier does like the whistle jingle that like that.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, and he's like, oh yeah. I was like, dude, fuck you. Let me pay this. I don't care about your little like. Was that funny? Did you think that was funny? Fuck off.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's
Walmart
Let's
sucks.
just stop right there.
I fucking hate
I
Walmart.
agree. Nobody
Okay.
likes Walmart,
it's
dude.
no, it's great, but it's not.
I'd rather pay $10 more to go to Target when there's no one there than go to Walmart.
But you went to Walmart.
Yeah, I need a fishing license. They don't got fishing license at Target.
You could have went down to fucking Clots.
Is the place still open?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know it was still
Support
open.
your local business, Chris. We're letting these big businesses like Walmart come into our communities and turn all these people down. These are family businesses passed down for 30 years, 4 generations, going out of business because of companies like Walmart.
The Waltons. You got like the Waltons. Oh god.
And they want to pay their employees less money than minimum wage. Unacceptable.
Should we end it there?
There we go.
That was pretty good.
That sums it up.
We'll end it with the Bernie Sanders speech. God, I wish he was our president right now.
Thank you for listening to I Should Be at Work Right Now.
And making more money.